a company like Google poses three serious threats to democracy, number one, and to human autonomy. And not just in the United States, but around the world, because at the moment, Google has 2.5 billion users around the world, and within 3 years, they'll have more than 4 billion users. Nothing can stop that process, nothing. And three things that are happening with that huge base of users. Number one is surveillance occurring at a scale that has never occurred before in human history. You're literally being surveilled, and your children and grandchildren are being surveilled 24/7, even when you don't know you're being surveilled. A lot of you have phones here which are listening in right now to my speech, and you're being surveilled if you use Gmail, which you should not use. If you're using Chrome, which is Google's browser, you should not use. If you ever use google.com, which you should never use again, never. There are alternatives which are good. You're being surveilled even when you don't know you're using Google products. If you're using Android phone, Android is part of Google. If you're using YouTube, you're being surveilled. Everything you watch on YouTube that goes into your personal profile. This is not the youngest crowd here, okay? I don't mean that as an insult, but it's not the youngest crowd. So, and chances are most of the people in this room have been using the internet probably pretty heavily, and smartphones for 15 years, I would say at least, probably. Do you know how many pages of information Google has on you? Let me just, 3 million, that's correct, about 3 million pages of information. That's how much on each and every one of you individually. 3 million, not facts, 3 million pages of information. That is how aggressively you're being surveilled. Do any of you have the Nest smart thermostat in your home? No. I see some hands going up. Google purchased the Nest smart thermostat company a few years ago, and when they did, they put microphones into the smart thermostat. The most recent version of the Nest thermostat, they've added cameras into the thermostat. Google just last week just bought Fitbit. 2 weeks ago, they bought Fitbit, which means they're now getting on tens of millions of Americans and people in other countries, they're getting round-the-clock data, because people don't take those things off, on heart rate, activity level, exercise. And then, of course, it was revealed just a few days ago, because of a whistleblower, that Google has secretly been analyzing health data, detailed health data, hospital data from 50 million Americans. Google, when it comes to surveillance, there's never been anything like it, ever. That's extremely dangerous because it turns out the more you know about people, the easier it is to manipulate them.